Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, June 11th, and I hope wherever you are in the world, you have had a good day, are having a good day, and are coming here to have a special time together, as we always do. This particular live, they're all super special, but this one has some energy around it, and it is, I feel going to pack a powerful punch for all of us, and this is why, because you know as I've gone through my own life process, my own losses, my own understandings, the animals have taught me every step of the way all about relationships and healing and the deeper meaning behind the bond that we share with them. It's not just emotional, it's spiritual. And you know I've learned over time through myself, but also with others, that, there's so much more to learn and understand. And not only about them, it's always about us. And it's like reconnecting with ourselves, our hearts, our intuition, reconnecting with what our soul's blueprint was. And so, your connection with your animal isn't random. I want you to know that out of the gate, first off. Not random at all. It's a shared path. And hello as you come into the room. Please say hello. Sophie, it's good to see you. I'm honored that you're finding your way here. And if you're new, welcome, welcome. And if you've been here before, extra welcome, and let's all gather this energy together to see what comes up as what the animals want to share and teach and guide, and essentially awaken something essential in us. It's such a deep connection, and my calling is to help you connect with your animals on that soul level. And if you found your way here, you are ready for it. Hi, Kimberly. Good to see you. Carly, nice to see you. Sophie says, it's been rough since the loss of my pet 2 Thursdays ago. I received her cremated remains. That's always so hard, right? It's just, it just, I'm feeling it right now. I've been there, and recently, actually, but still unopened, sitting in the living room waiting for the courage to open it. We have courage being here. Good morning, Joan. Oh, it's good to see you, Chantel. Yes, I've seen your comments. I appreciate your participation. I'm so glad you joined us today. It's a powerful one. So, as we gather here, it's alive. It's going to be transitioning, spirits landing, and I'm loving to see all of you from all parts of the world. Sabrina, I'm so grateful to be here and found you and your channel. You know what? I'm so grateful for you all, because really this is a energetic container that we create, all of us together. And the animals are like, it's like they drop us off at daycare and they're like, okay, you all take it from here. And good morning, Tami from Oregon. I love this. And so, I've spent years listening to the animals beyond words and guiding others to do the same. So it's a sacred space that we create here, and to listen to what's not being said aloud. And if you think about your relationships with your animals, you're communicating with them, and it's not necessarily by words, right? You're reading energy, you're reading feelings, you're reading sensations. And Pippa's mom, oh, good morning and lots of love from California to you too. Claire, this is such a special and precious group, and it's growing. Our group is growing. Word is spreading. The animals are filtering out all over the world to bring us together. The emotion you feel from them, the presence they bring, it's intuitive communication is what you're doing. And I think we have ideas in our head about what animal communication is. And, I'm here to help you hear the messages that your animal is still sending you. And it's easy to overlook, to see what they're revealing to you even now after they have passed. Actually, even more so after they passed, I'll be honest. The connection that you forged in life becomes even deeper and more refined in their passing. And it's like not even learning a different language, it's tuning into what we already know as our connection. And when we're grieving, we think all of that's done, flown out the door, everything's over, and we're disconnected, but it's not. And I'm here to tell you, you are always connected to your animal. It's a soul remembering. So today, as we all gather, Angel and Light from Minnesota, and Greenville, it's good to see you close by here, Alicia. We are moving, and I think they know as we are packing. Any suggestions in helping them get settled in our new home? I always, I hear Katie coming in. And Katie was like, you just need to explain it. Just explain to us what we need to know, where you're going, how you're, where you're, what it's going to look like. What does this all mean for all of us? So, if you sit down and you really take in their perspective, they just want to be included. That's all. They just want to be included. And we don't think to sit down and say, this is where I'm going. This is where we're all going. You're going to have this special place or whatever, even showing them pictures. I know. You think, okay, Tami, seriously, put pictures up on the wall of where you're going and show them pictures on your phone. I trust you. They are taking in whether you realize it or not. And Kim's coming into the room from Central Washington. Oh, thank you. I truly appreciate your help processing this loss and staying connected with my precious Lenny. It's an honor. It is literally an honor because I've had to find my own way through all of the losses, and I've been through, I don't even know how many, and one just recently, a few weeks ago, a little scout who passed, and he had been with me since, how old was Scout? He was probably 6 months when he found his way to me. So that's another thing I want you to be thinking always. How did they find their way to me? Because guess what? That's an important piece of your relationship. And Cindy says, I lost my Skippy 11 days ago. It hurts. Yes, terribly so. A heart that actually hurts. Susan says, my cat Jay sent me 2 messages to me this week through my counselor that blew my mind. They are always looking out for us. Isn't that the truth? They are. They're always guiding. They're always giving us signs and signals. And, my next live is going to be on that very thing about, no, it'll be one after this, but I will do one on, is it a sign or is it your imagination, and how to help you understand the difference between that. And Marge says, I'm always telling Fergie where I'm going, who's coming over. Good. They need to hear that. And so, yes, that piece of always telling is one thing that's easy in our busy lives to forget, because I'll ask my clients, well, did you tell them exactly you were going to be gone for 2 weeks and where they would be going? And they were like, no, I didn't even think about it. Well, start bringing them in. That's really, really important. Angel Light says, I've actually talked to them about it and seems a bit anxious about it. Oh, it is a Maine Coon. So I think the piece of we feel they're anxious about it maybe is a lot of ours as well. And so even if you notice some anxiety, you can pull the mom card. And what's the mom card? The mom card is that you actually have a kind of a wider perspective. Maybe you have a more of an understanding than they do, and you have a reassuring and understanding piece of this. I understand how you are feeling anxious. I am anxious too, or I would be anxious. I totally understand. That's all about the unknown, or whatever it is, and let spirit talk. But the mom card is that, calming them down, you're grounding them, you're reassuring them that you yourself are stable. So I don't know about you. I'd love to hear from you. Animals were truly the first ones who truly saw me. How many of you feel seen by your animals? How many of you saw them and felt like there was a special little code that you had, that you saw each other exactly for who you were? El, hello from Sweden. I lost my dog 2 months ago. I miss her so much. Well, it's hard to hold grief, right? It's hard to navigate through all the emotions. And as I grew up, I felt overwhelmed with emotions because I was, in a crazy situation with so many dramas and so much dysfunction, and just, all the things that could destabilize you. And I couldn't name them all because, right, I'm small. But the animals, they met me with stillness and truth. And Roxy says that she feels seen by her animals, and they see us, Angel Light, for who we are unconditionally. That's beautifully said, beautifully articulated. And I would have to ask you back, do you then pass that on to others? Are you able to embody that? Are we able to embody that, seeing others unconditionally? Is it hard sometimes? Maybe so, but I think the animals help anchor into ourselves that feeling sense of what that is. And Cindy says, Skippy, 11 days ago, Sophie, I stopped my life to care for my dog. Now that my dog is gone, I don't know how to restart my life. That is, that piece too. I liken it to not knowing where to put your next step, where we're so identified and we're so focused on the connection and the caretaking, and then all of a sudden we lose our job and we lose our purpose and we lose our identity. So this part of where I don't know where to restart my life is exactly the place you're supposed to be. And I know that sounds probably counterintuitive, but I feel from your statement that is your opening. So let's see if we can unpack that as we go forward. I have some guests that I wanted to work with a little bit today to let you see, you're not alone. And the grief any of us feel is the grief all of us feel. The emotions, the struggles, the end of an era maybe that we feel. Scout was definitely that for me. So there's this acceptance and understanding that it was his time to go, but that I'm not exempt from the pieces of missing him or feeling that absence, or just remembering all those special things like his special bark. He definitely had a little special bark. And that's a question I want to ask all of you while I'm on the bark is, can you remember their meow or their bark or their chirp or their neigh? Can you remember it if they passed? I'd love to hear, because their barks, their neighs, their voices are just that. They are signature. They're specific to them. Eric's coming in the room and from San Diego, so it's good to have you here. Susan, sorry about your loss. I'm in this too. I'm not exempt from the many passings and the living that I've done with animals, and I continue to do with them. Jennifer says, we lost our Gladys to cancer on May 31st. She went with grace, dignity, and love with her human pack all around her. She went peacefully, and it was beautiful. It's a poignant beauty, isn't it, Jennifer? And Jennifer, just for you all, had been on the live a few times back, but I started feeling Jennifer's energy a few weeks ago. And when she popped on the live here, I thought it was in regards to her having a new one come in. And I'm wondering now, Jennifer, if my picking up on your energy wasn't Gladys. That makes a lot of sense. So just so you know, I'm getting to know you all as you come in here. I remember names, the animals show me. If you've shown up once, I'll have that connection. I'll see you again and I'll know. The animals lead the way energetically. So I can feel you, just like I said today, this one is energetically packed, and it's a packed house. The animals in spirit are, we're in a crowd. We're very much in a crowd. Gail says, I've been watching videos just so I can hear Chloe's bark. She passed April 21st. You know, their voices are just like ours, our signature. And I remember after my mother passed and I was 24, maybe I just turned 25. And I remember over time, I was struggling like to hear, like, could I remember her voice? Could I remember her voice? What did her voice sound like? So those pieces that were their specific imprint, it's just special, right? It's just special. Marianne says Lily had a woo-woo beagle type of bark when she wanted to be known. Missed that, but play it in my mind. Good. That's wonderful to do because, you know, again, when you start thinking about that, Marianne, speaking of signs and is that my imagination, that is her connecting with you when you like try to remember. You think you're remembering, she's actually guiding the energy in to hear her bark again, hear her voice. That's beautiful. Thank you for that. Hazel, I lost my Felix just over a year ago. I loved him so much. He was my dearest friend in the world. Disappointed in me. Hazel, can you tell us more a little bit about that? Disappointed in you for what? And I love that you referred to him as your dearest friend. That's so beautiful. So Sky said, oh, he's all over the place, even turns the toaster oven on. You know, spirit has a sense of humor. And if we trust that that connection is still there, then it's like the boulder that might have been in the road blocking it kind of opens up. And then we get kind of curious because spirit is playful. Our animals can be very, very playful in spirit. So think about all those pieces that made them important to you and why you still have access to that today. And if they're here with you now, start paying attention to those little connections that you feel with them and what makes them special. And thank you for doing that. How did you know that I needed for you to come over and hug me? That kind of thing. Start working on acknowledging that connection. And if they're gone, don't worry, you still have it. I promise you. Melissa says, yes, I remember Josie's bark well. She was very special. So today I've got some guests that I'd like to introduce to you. And for us all, I want to ask you to hold the space as we dip into this intuitive realm of connecting with animals and seeing what spirit wants to say. It's never, I call it spirit on demand. The animals have, and in spirit opens up the places to talk about it in the way that we need it the most. So be curious for all of this, and I'd love for you to give a warm welcome. I have my first guest. Her name is Danny, and here you are.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. Where are you tuning in from?
From Serbia.
What time is it there?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Well, thank you and welcome. You are a brave soul, and I know that you've recently had a loss and just have a real desire to connect even deeper to her. So, Alex, if you don't mind, while we were talking, and so who is this?
This is Lucy.
And how old is she in this photo?
Maybe 12.
12. And if you had one word you'd like to help us understand her spirit, who she really was, what would that be?
Um,
What was her spirit like?
Peaceful angel.
Did you say peaceful angel? That is beautiful. She is very appreciative of that. She's using the word graceful too. Definitely graceful. And so when did she pass?
She passed on April the 4th, 2 months ago.
Was it sudden or did you expect it?
Uh, for me, it was very sudden. I didn't expect it.
Can you share what happened or
She was just old, and there was a small period of time when she was showing signs that she's ready to go. And I'm so I didn't first. I didn't realize that because I thought she was gonna live way longer than 14 because I took really good care of her. She was a world champion multiple times. And afterwards, I adopted her. So I didn't expect that, but she was showing signs and so,
can you share what those signs were? How did you know she was showing signs?
um, she started waking up at night and walking around the apartment. Then, when the end was even closer, she was starting uh, wetting herself and stuff like that. She didn't want to eat. That's when I knew something was terribly wrong. And I would want to say to her that I'm sorry. At, at first, I thought she didn't want to eat because I spoiled her, but that wasn't the case.
You know, I think you're bringing up something really, really important that is something we all need to kind of look at. And it's, and I, Spirit has shown me this time and time again, that until something is ready to be seen, we can't see it. We just can't see it. There's like this veil that's down. It's a veil. I've had this happen numerous times, numerous. And this is like I've been with animals all my life. So it's mind blowing that when we look back, we can see what we didn't see. But I'm here to tell you that when something is getting ready, it's ready to be seen. I promise you, you will see it. You will see it. So you didn't miss anything. You weren't shown. And the animals often will not show that those signs won't manifest until we're really close to it. But the slippery slope we can go on is it's our fault. I should have seen it. I'm so sorry. And we don't understand what I just explained. We don't understand that part. So she's definitely wanting you to know that it's not your fault. It's not your fault that, you know, you, oh, she's saying you didn't fail her. You did not fail her. You were there all the time. And that was that was part of your soul blueprint together, is this, seeing each other through, seeing each other through. So she's, giving me the feeling of having been with you in many situations that she helped you through. Is that resonating?
Yeah, that's very true. She
Um,
she's she's like a part of my soul, and that's what I felt the first moment I saw her. And
mhm.
I know it was mutual.
Yes. Yes. So if you had to detail what the gifts you shared with her were, what did she come to you as part of your soul contract? What did she come to you for that you gave her?
Oh, I think she gave me actually. I do not know what I gave her. I just know I loved her so much. I gave her actually everything that you can give on this planet. I took care of her perfectly well, even though I didn't have a dog before, nor will I do later on after her. So I feel like she came here to be there for me rather than vice versa, if you see what I mean.
Well, I can promise you, and that's the way I love this. She's guiding us all. She's wanting everybody to know that those relationships are shared and reciprocal. It's not just one sided, even though it can look like she came here for me. This is what I mean by after they pass. This is kind of the deepening of the relationship that you have with her now because you actually get to. Consider that question. Hmm, hmm. What gifts did I share with her? What did she need from me that I gave to her? And you described you didn't miss a thing. You cared for her in the highest degree. You never dropped that degree of integrity. What age did she come to you at?
She was 7.5. She
Seven
was
and a half.
also,
Yeah, she
uh,
had a prior life to you.
and she was just like me, just like as if I was having her from, the day of the birth. That's how she was, just like me when she came to me at 7.5.
Yes.
So this
So
was interesting.
that was a soul appointment, and she was meant to come into your life at that particular time. Where was she before during the first 7 years?
She was working, as in she was world champion multiple times with
I
another.
know. You know what the gift you gave her, she's saying, is that, oh, I hate when they do this because they make me want to cry. Hang on. She's saying that, give me a minute. Oh, you showed her what true love was. That the label world champion was just a label on her, that you actually ooh, saw who she really truly was and loved her for that. And that's a huge gift you shared with her. Huge gift, because otherwise she would have gone through life without ever knowing how that felt. Just like she filled you up with love,
Yeah.
true love, you filled her up in a way she desperately needed to be seen. Think about this, everybody, and everybody is just so resonating with this right now. Um, don't you think at the end of our lives, some of the biggest thoughts about it is we just want to have been seen and have been of value, to be truly seen by another, and that's what the animals give us. But you gave that to her. That was part of your soul contract, and the gifts. It's a huge. It's no small thing that you did because you exampled it in your life with her. You literally allowed her. Mm, she's saying you allowed her to see herself,
No.
and the beauty you saw in her was an extension of the beauty that you have in yourself. It, this is a powerful bond. It's a powerful relationship. It's a powerful soul connection that isn't over, because in this journey that you're on, and it's such a recent one from April, early April to now, you've gone through many stages, right? You've gone through a lot of different stages. And I think, you mentioned that you thought you were missing the signs, and just recently you have felt that you've had some signs from her. What do you think the difference? Why did that shift? What do you think the difference was that you go from not seeing the signs to all of a sudden seeing them recently? What shifted in you to allow that?
Um, I don't know. Maybe I relaxed a little bit. knowing that I will meet her here in a way. And I was like, I'm gonna meet her soon, and everything is gonna be better for me.
Oh
So
my
I
goodness.
think I.
Yeah, that was a setup. She was trying to get you to relax and it was like, okay, we need to get her on the live so she's going to know that I'm here. And because this journey that you're on and is she's very much a part of it and wanting to continue with you in that way. And she's glad that you've received the signs that she sent. And can you share what they were?
Um, she pops up in my mind just out of nowhere. I remember some kind of our walks or being together or something, just all of the sudden during the day. Or also, I would see her in the corner of my eyes running through the
Mm,
room or something like that.
mm, mm.
Um,
And those are specific to you. In other words, you didn't look up a list of signs. How many of us have looked up signs from your pet and spirit, right? I mean, this, and that's great. And that's true. It gives us a baseline, but animals will come through in the ways that are meaningful to us. It's signature. Like nobody else would know that. Like Katie came to me in a mirror message. Like you can't write that stuff, in other words. So I love that oh, she's saying your heart opened up and just a little when you relaxed and she could slide right in to start kind of waking you up to the fact that she's not gone and she's never been gone. It's us who think they're gone, and we have to go through that process of uh, that journey. And a lot of people actually get very stuck and they're like, they're gone. I can't connect with them. Done and done. And it's such a shame because our relationships actually never end. The connection always continues. And it's up to us to, okay, they've passed into spirit. What is, I want to connect more than I ever have. And how can I do that? And I can remember for me, with many of my animals early on, I remember thinking, all right, and I didn't realize I was connecting, by the way. So the things that are really natural to us, we don't see. So I wanted to connect even more. Like, just show me how to do it. And she's already on the job, and she's showing us too. Mary says that her heart breaks for you, and same time I lost my baby. She said, I'm still not seeing signs, and I cry daily. Are you still crying daily too?
Inside, I'd say yes.
And
Every time I think of her, I still feel pain because
yes,
I miss her so much.
yes, yes,
So
um,
incredible.
yes.
And when I was applying to this opportunity to be on your live, I
Mhm.
told her, Lucy, if you're gonna be there, I wanna be there.
Ah,
And then I've got an email that the places are already taken for this time. And then and I was like, okay, then I will find another way to connect to you. And just a few days later, email came to me that somebody uh, isn't going to show up, so I can. And I know that was her.
oh my goodness, I'm getting all over body chills. Did everybody hear the spirit shenanigans that had to happen? So when she originally reached out, the other people were lined up to be on, and um, she was just saying, oh, darn, I wish I could have been on. I'll just find another way. And then as spirit, had happened that one person couldn't do it, and then Lussie was on the job getting you on this. I mean, she made room and spirit made room, and Marge is saying it was meant to be. Can all of you all feel that from Lussie, this beautiful, gorgeous spirit, that it was so important for her to connect with you and to be here? Like, she moved things around. That is exactly, that's the signs, and pay attention to those pieces of spirit coordination. This is an adorable, adorable photo. I love this photo of her. Would you say that she's in a happy mood right there?
Yeah, completely happy all the time.
How can so? I don't know if any of you can look at this and not smile. So this is a joy. This is a joy guide right here. She is a joy guide, bringing all of us joy, and she's wanting you to know that keep looking. Do you have a lot of photos of her?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. She's saying she has a lot of photos. Like she was super photogenic. So she's in order. She's giving you homework in order to practice connecting with her. Now she wants you to go through like. She's a little directive too. She wants you to sit down with your photos and ask her to show you the one she wants you to see. Ask her to connect. Like, Leslie, show me the photo that you want me to look at, and let her guide you on that. And that's going to show you, number one, that we're still connected. And two, it'll bring you, your heart is going to open up. And even if you cry a little when you see it, that's okay. Let the tears come. But she's working on opening you up to more communicating with her. Does that make sense?
Yes, because I already did that.
Yeah, well,
I already,
she's confirming that for you. And just
yeah.
like this photo, everybody can feel her in this photo. She's telling me she doesn't take a bad photo. So I think she's all about that, the visual connecting in. And I think that's going to really, really help you moving forward. So is there anything you'd like to tell her before we end our time together? What do you want her to know?
Just that I love her, and she's the only living being that I want to see and hug.
Mm, mm. That's so beautiful, and it's so poignant and direct. And I feel like you're going to have that feeling sense of a hug. She's saying through the photo journey that she's asked you to do, and pick the ones that speak to your heart. She says, and she will let you know which. She's like telling me to sign off on that, like she's got it. Like she will take it from here with you. um, Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being on and for sharing your sweet baby with us.
Thank you, Tami. Thank you a lot.
And keep us posted on how things go. Um,
I-
and so, Alex, if we could bring on the next guest, she too has had a recent loss, and her name is Casey. I see all of you are welcoming, and Casey, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You are, I think it's a testament to the animals how vulnerable we can be and show up and open up. And all of the viewers who are watching and the ones who will watch the replay are going to receive a transmission and receive healing, because when we open up this space of this intuitive connection, spirit goes to work, and I never know what we're going to talk about or what they're going to bring up, just like you saw before. And they're all saying hi and welcome, and tell us a little bit about her and Daisy, and then Alex, if you'd put her photo up, that'd be great, so we can all intuitively connect to her.
So Daisy,
she's going to work on getting the next. There she is.
Daisy is my bestest friend. She was a soul that showed me so much unconditional love in a way that I have never felt. She was a child to me, and she went through so much in her little life, and she taught me so many lessons. And she was just my bestest friend, my puppy paws.
I love that. Can you describe that unconditional love piece? Had you ever felt that before in your life?
No, I grew up like working around animals, and I've had a ton of animals, and I have never felt the love that Daisy has given. It's like when I
Mm.
say our souls were connected, I could look into her eyes and I could see what she saw in me, and she always gave me hope. I've been through a lot of stuff, and on my darkest days, she showed me that it was okay to keep going.
She said, she's telling me she had very direct contact with you, that you had you didn't need words. You didn't need words, that you were so soul bonded that, and she came at that specific time that she did. How old was she when she came to you?
She was about 9 months to about 1.
How'd she come in? Like, how'd she find you?
I found her at a shelter. She was huddled up, and she'd been at the shelter for a couple months and nobody wanted her. We were going to look for another dog that looked like a dog that we had that had just passed, and then we saw her. The other dog we took out to meet was super rambunctious fun. We took Daisy out, wanted nothing to do with us. She was so scared, and I said, "This is my dog. I understand her."
Oh, what a beautiful, that description. That's actually uh, the best setup ever. I've had that happen where I've been guided to go find an animal, and the animal almost literally steps aside so you can see the other one, and you wouldn't have found her if you hadn't followed the trail of that first one that looked like your other dog. So pay attention to all of that as we're talking. That's an important. We just have to follow the guidance we're being given. So she's loving that you followed the. Oh, she's saying you followed your heart. You followed your heart, and the minute you saw her, you understood her, like you said, and that was part of your soul contract together, is that you would share that deep understanding of each other. And so, can you describe that understanding?
Um, Honestly, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like she knew what I was feeling. Like I have struggled with anxiety my whole life, and when days were really hard and really bad, like you said earlier, we could just sit in silence, and she'd look at me, and it's like she would just tell me it's okay. She went through a lot of trauma in her life, and I think that's where that understanding came from.
Mm, mm. How do you know she went through a lot of trauma? You were told, or did you feel that from her?
Both. When we got her at the shelter, she had BBs in her head. She was a special needs doggy. She I'm so sorry. We think she was a bait dog. And she had a hip bone that was completely destroyed. So we got her surgery, and she had an artificial hip, and then she had a knee replacement as well as the BBs taken out of her head. And so yeah, she struggled a lot. She was in a lot of pain throughout the life that I had her, but she was definitely a fighter.
She had courage, she said, but you had to connect with her in order for that piece to come forward, so that you can make that journey together. And the mother energy that you shared with her is huge. She had never, like, the soul gifts here are enormous. They're big, of being, neglected and abused and disregarded. And she gets to you, and your heart explodes open, and it's all on at that point. She's showing me that the journey had really begun, because you came. Oh, she's saying she came to heal each other. You came to heal each other. And it was in the eyes. Did she look at you very directly? She's saying that she looked at you and that you knew and nobody had before. And so the gift, not only the unconditional love that she shared with you, but you shared that with her. She had never felt that. And she came to heal that piece with you. She came to heal that from, lifetimes and the journey together. And so for you, and you mentioned earlier that the lessons she taught you, what were they?
To love myself was the biggest one, and when things get hard, to not give up just because of what I've seen her going through. And also, she taught me to love other people the way that she would love other people.
Mm, mm. I'm getting a sense that, do you write?
I do.
Yeah, well, that's what I was picking up. I'm getting she's wanting you to write those down if you haven't already, because it's almost like Daisy-isms, like words from her that are advice, those lessons. She taught me how to love others the way, she loved me. All of those pieces are wisdom we all need to hear, right? Humans need to hear that just a little bit today. So she's wanting you to start. She's going to be giving you more of those, and you may want to start. And I always have a journal. If you see me look down, I'm just writing what's coming through. She's wanting you to create a special page. It's like Daisy's page of the various gifts and the lessons that she taught you. And this is important because these pieces are going to be something that you'll use going forward in life. Those pieces aren't gone now. Those are yours to keep forever. And that's why it's really important as you're grieving this loss that is so profound that you, at the same time, simultaneously reach for those pieces that aren't missing. So what else would you say is not missing from your life right now with her? Because there's lots of different things that when we're grieving, we think it's all gone. But you just listed 3 of them. Are there more things that she shared? Because she was a healer. You're a healer. Oh God, she's asking. Sorry, she's saying, ask her what my best quality was.
Her best quality was, I want to say, her stubbornness, because I related to it so much, but that was for us. So she would not listen to anybody else, like nobody else. It was always me, and I think that's what made us so connected. But she went everywhere with me, like even stores that they're not allowed to go in. And I was a service dog trainer, so she would go in any store, and on the intercom, they'd all answer, "Hey, Daisy's up at the front. Everybody come see her." So I think, yeah, just her being so inviting to everybody, and she was very calm, gentle. She wasn't like a rambunctious dog. Like I said, she has special needs, but she was so stubborn that she embraced it, and I think that made everyone love her so much more.
It's that independence. She's also using that word as an independent spirit. She's saying you are that. Would you resonate with that?
Yes. Yeah.
It's part of what makes you unique. It's part, these, and bottom line is what we see in another, we have in ourselves. So, that unconditional love, you couldn't see it unless you had it in yourself. The lessons that you say you've learned from her, she just helped you unlock those pieces for you, right? And the anxiety, has that been heightened for you since she's passed? The anxiety?
Yeah.
How does that show up? And what calms it down?
nothing's really calming it down right now. All hopefully of me. This was hers. But I have been running nonstop, and like I said, I've lost a whole lot of weight because with anxiety, I can't really eat or drink very much.
In the anxiety, are you having to remember what? So
Yeah.
you just dipped into remembering she was gone. Did you catch that in yourself when I asked about the anxiety? She was guiding me to ask that because we really have to focus on whatever we're telling ourselves and the belief that, she's gone, I'm lost, all these pieces, I don't know what to do, that we've all had and experienced at some point. We all, have purposes, and then our purposes change and we lose our jobs and we're like, but I was loving the job I had with you. I wasn't ready for this to end. And it's not that it ends, it just changes form. And so the bridge that I think we're being invited to cross here with her. And she's saying that she's giving me the image of a bridge and also giving me the image of a therapy dog, like a therapy soul. She's like, she just corrected me, by the way, from calling her a dog. She was like, therapy soul. I'm like, fine. That she is a healer and meant to continue on. And did you like you said, she was really good with people. She's saying you were really good with people. Is that something that you've recognized in yourself?
I'm a therapist.
Healers are healers, and attracts life. What a beautiful confirmation for you that she's using that. That right there is a signature. Hey, I'm here. This isn't over. We got work to do together. You're not over. You're not done. She's not done either. It's that matter of where can I connect with her the best? And you held up her favorite toy. She's really liking that you have her favorite toy. And where else can you feel like you can connect with her that would help you feel her?
I haven't been able to bring myself to the park yet. We went every day together, but like on the trail, but sitting outside, I always taught her things. And so I'd say, good morning, moon, good morning, sky, good morning, sun. And so I've been trying to sit outside and do that. We're fostering right now a dog, and I've been trying to teach that dog, like, this is what Daisy loved, because Daisy knew words. Or I'll sit out there by myself and just say, hello, sky. Hello, Daisy.
That is absolutely spirit guided and stunningly beautiful that you are doing this, because that is a way to connect. When we think that our memories are torturous sometimes because we start crying and then we go back and that, but our memories are actually a way in. Their spirit helping us dip into that, and the connection is there. So that, that what you just said, that hello sky, that's almost something, would you say, that you would do with a child? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful in its simplicity, and it carries energy. So you're actually calling in spirit with that, whether you probably don't realize that. You probably think, oh, I'd like to teach her this or that. The spirit is guiding you to, that's an opening, and it's a portal. So continue to do that. She's wanting you to do that. And she also, when you were talking about, did you say the park? And you haven't been able to go there?
Or see Jack and Danny. That was her donkey friends. They knew when she was sick, and I haven't been able to drive by. We'd go after the park every day.
So she's wanting you to consider, like, tuning into, and you are going to feel the nudge to do so. I promise you will. You're not blocked from it. And we're opening up a lot of space here for her to continue with you, because you've got, more healing on the way for both yourself and for others. And it's really, she's giving me the feeling of it's really important that you connect with her in the spaces that you shared with her. And that's one of them. I'm sure there are others, but that one's an important one because you've got the openness and the nature, and you say the hollow sky. That's just so beautiful. And the writing piece of that, you could even, I don't know, for the writing, you could start a page out with that and actually just start seeing what comes. That's almost like an invocation. It's beautiful. And I don't know, as with everybody watching, if you felt it when you were saying it, and if you watch this again, it has an energy. So for all of us, it's having an energy in. She's telling me, giving me the day of celebration. So what is she referring to? Day of celebration. Have you thought about celebrating her? Did you have a special day you celebrated her?
I celebrated her every day. But my mom's birthday is next week, and she was really close to my mom.
That would be a beautiful time. She's wanting some kind of celebration of her. She's wanting you to tap into that, celebrating her life, not her passing, but really celebrating her, because it's an honoring of her. You're so beautifully equipped to share words that are so meaningful that she's saying she'll help you plan the party. So I keep feeling the energy of the park, and I'm wondering if that's not going to be something that you feel drawn to do, and maybe if there's a particular place that you went, or with the other animals, leave an offering or a sharing with them. Leave something at the space that was so important and so sacred. Are there some places in the park that you would normally go more than others?
Yeah, where we looked for the turtles. She loves the turtles.
Yes, she's wanting you to go there. She's wanting you to take her there with you. There's some gifts in doing so. I know you've been like, I can't do that, but she's hoping that in our time together here, that's opening up a little bit for you, because she's wanting to lead you there. And so it may be next week, but I would definitely do something in celebration of her and your mom at the same time. And she's saying that she will give ideas for you. And I don't know what those would be, but whatever a special honoring of her, even if it's a writing of thank you so much, your inner and outer beauty healed me, and start from there. Anything to get that going, because this is a connection that's not over. It is not over. But you have to step forward and let her guide you. If you're, I know it's not easy, and I know it's painful, and I know you're super tender and fragile right now, but she just keeps using the word gifts. She's going to share some gifts, with you. So I would just say, hey, let's, help me see what I need to see. Because that soul bond and soul connection is still very, very much alive.
My favorite song that I played for her is by this old band called Carolina Liar, and it's called Show Me What I'm Looking For.
Oh my goodness, all over body chills. You are already like so on it, and intuitively, does everybody see how they come in and how they connect with us? And we think, oh, I'm just thinking of this song. I love that. That's a beautiful confirmation of that. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if you don't start hearing that song more, or the lyrics don't keep running in your head a lot. And I would just be like, thank you so much, Daisy, for opening me up. Please, I'd love to feel more of you. I'm ready. I'm willing to do what I need to do to open up to more of you. Would you be able to do that to her, with her?
Yeah.
And what would you say as we end our time together? What would you say that you'd want her to know more than anything in the world and haven't said to her that you need to say?
Yeah, I would want her to know that I'm so thankful for her being there and that I can't wait to see her and be with her again. But I hope that, Daisy, if you can find your way back to me somehow, even physically, maybe one day, whether it's through a child or through another dog, that your spirit comes back to me, because I miss you so.
That is so beautiful, and something that I think we all have felt and honored. And so you've just shared your heart with her, with us, and it has been heard. And I think your invitation now is to continue to drop into what joy she brought with you and keep touching into that. As much as you touch into the pain of the loss, equally make an effort to touch into the joy pieces and how all the lessons. And again, she's wanting you to like create some pieces of that and honor all those gifts. Thank you so much for being on and for sharing your sweet spirit and your sweetheart. And Daisy, she gave us all a healing and transmission today with her beautiful energy, as you did. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and for everybody who has been here and has shared your comments. We're all in this together. So I will be back on June 25th, and I hope to see you there. We're building some energetic tracks, laying some energetic tracks